Well, happy Saturday, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. Hopefully, your Saturday is off to a great start because it's Saturday, it's Michigan, it's summertime, and we got some records to go through. So, lots and lots of fun. So, before we get started, and because he's being so patient, last week on the live, we had a comment saying, "Hey, we'd like to meet the dude." Everybody sees Blue because she's got her own Facebook page and that she's got all these jump. In fact, Blue is jumping today. So Blue's got her own thing, but the dude's just kind of in the background, and he hangs with me on Saturdays and sometimes Sundays at the store. So we had a request to put a face to the pause, as it were. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the dude. How are you doing, buddy? And yes, he does abide, by the way. And yes, he is named for that. So the dude will be hanging out all day today. He's being a good boy, aren't you, dude? All right. So we're gonna let him go. Here you go, bud. Come get it. Okay. There you go. Go lay down. So that is the dude, and he is hanging out here with us today at the store. So let's get a couple quick good mornings out of the way, and we'll get on with our stuff. Chuck says good morning to you, as well as Gary. Good morning, Jeff. Tosh saying good morning. Thank you for being here as well. And it's the only news, nothing fake here except, well, nah, I won't even go there. Pat, yep, beautiful Saturday, and yes, Pat as well. And then good boy, yep, Gary, dude is being good. You can still see his tail. He's kind of hanging here waiting. He's hoping that there's another treat in the offing for him. So, but we'll get going from there. Okay, before we get to the new releases and I don't want to call it a debacle, but we just didn't get our shipment in time. It showed up late. We didn't get a lot of the new releases this week. So not a lot going on that front. I did get some restocks and reissues, and we can kind of cover that a little bit here as well. But first, yesterday, we got some very unexpected and, quite frankly, kind of cool news, and very honored to be a part of this. I got a notification through Facebook from a website called Best Things Michigan, bestthingsmi.com, that we were on the short list. Let me call this up here. We were on the short list of top 10 included on the top 10 record stores in the state of Michigan, according to this website, Best Things Michigan. So that came out of the blue. It was a very cool honor, very neat to be up there with some, quite frankly, big names and stores that I remember going to as a kid. So we rounded out the top 10, and I'll take it, man. That's way freaking cool as it is. But some of the other names on their list, if you follow that link, and we did share that to the Facebook page, some folks that ones I haven't been to. Rumor has it in Niles is on there. Satellite Records in Kazoo, been to there, of course. Not been to Checker Records in Hillsdale, but Dearborn Music, of course, those guys are huge. I've been there. Reverend Charles Dodd's record shop in Grand Rapids. That's the one place I keep meaning to stop there every time I go to Grand Rapids, but have not made it. C.K. Barrymore's in Jackson. Encore Records in Ann Arbor, always a big stop whenever we go to Ann Arbor. Kind of surprised that Wazoo didn't make that list as well, but Encore it's a huge place. One that I kind of grew up with in the Lansing area was Flat, Black, and Circular. And in fact, I went there not too long ago just to check it out when I went down to visit Katie in Lansing as well. And then, of course, RPM in Traverse City, big. I stopped in there probably about a month or so ago to introduce myself and say hi to the guys up there. And they've got a great store up in TC, a big one as well. And then rounding out that top 10 is a little old us here at Radio Wasteland Records in Midland, Michigan. So I thought that was very cool. Really kind of a neat little honor. And again, that's out of nowhere. So check it out. We put the link up, or if you go to Best Things Michigan, and look for that, you can read all their little descriptions on that. And yeah, it was kind of a really cool thing. And we've gotten a great response on Facebook, but again, very cool. Couldn't do this without you folks as well. So a couple more quick goes. Yep. Kudos from Working M. Yes, it is. I agree. Thank you very much. Marissa. Yes. Cool biz as well. Gary saying it's cool that we made it. Yep, we do. Thank you. I'll take it. That's really good to hope. Hot and good morning, Sunny from the UP. Hello, mother, up there. And Gary saw that list as a countdown to number 1 instead of 1 through 10. Much appreciated, but I think it's just kind of an amalgamation. Let's just put them on there. No, it wasn't alphabetical, so we'll get that. Okay, onward we go to the new releases as such. We did not get a lot of them. Our shipment got delayed this week, as it happens from time to time. But even then, we didn't get a heck of a lot in the new release realm. A bunch of the stuff has been delayed. And as I'm doing this later Saturday show on the new releases, again, look for this on our YouTube channel. Later on this afternoon, we'll cover next Friday's releases. I'm seeing a lot of releases that we talked about a week or two ago that are now showing up again. So what happens is they schedule these things for a release. They don't make the release date for whatever reason, production delays, you name it. So they just push the release date back in some cases. Other cases, they just call it a back order. So there's no real rhyme, no reason to this. And we're just doing our best to keep up with what we can get. And until these issues with the pressing plants and supply chain and shipping, till all that stuff works out, we're just going to kind of do what we got to do and do the best with it. So, but that being said, I really do encourage you folks to watch our later Saturday show on the new releases, and it increases the chances of us getting them if I can get these requests in time. It doesn't guarantee it, obviously, but if I know what you're looking for and I can order them ahead of time prior to our Sunday order time going in, all the better, and the better chance we've got of getting them. And even if we don't, hopefully within a week or so, we will get them. And I know, for example, I've got a Music on Vinyl one that we're going to talk about here in a bit. And Music on Vinyl stuff, that is an import. And so even though it's got a release date, it tends to run 1 or 2 weeks behind the release date before it gets out to our distributors and ultimately to us. And so patience is a virtue. And in this case, we've got no other choice other than to be patient when it comes to a lot of these new releases. So again, please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and check out the show a little bit later on Saturday afternoon when I can get to it. That will cover the releases for next Friday. In this case, I believe that's the 22nd coming up. And so we'll have a whole slate of the stuff that will hopefully be available then. So what we did get in later yesterday, and I'm going to start with something that I don't normally do. And as a purveyor of fine vinyl, far be it from me to speak ill about a release or disparage a particular release. But I saw this, and these tribute albums kind of are all the rage. We had this on Record Store Day a while ago with the Black Sabbath, Jazz Sabbath, and this is actually really cool, as is Volume 1. So I thought, well, let's give this a try. This is Pink Floyd in jazz, and we opened one up, and I got to tell you, it's just not a great album. With the jazz type of interpretations of music like this, rock music, it's really cool when it's done in an instrumental fashion. This has some instrumental stuff, but then they attempt vocals. And it's one thing, and we talked about the Floyd tributes before, the other ones that have lots of prog artists on them. This is just artists that you may not have heard of. I have not heard of any of them. So they're just kind of these mid-range jazz-ish groups. And then they attempt vocals, and it's just kind of a very sad thing. So I do have a copy of this in store. We've got an open copy to go. We'll mark it down. But if you're a Pink Floyd completist and you want something like this in your collection, great, because I'll probably keep one in my collection too, but I doubt severely it will ever be a go-to. But we do have one of these in stock. Nothing else special about it, but it's just very cheesy instrumental versions of Pink Floyd songs. Restocks rather. We got a couple more copies of Wet Leg. This is a good album on the other hand, and so we're enjoying that. I'm probably going to spin our open copy here in a little bit. On the Music on Vinyl front, we found a copy of this. This is something called Motown Collected from Music on Vinyl. 33 classics from Motown: Marvin Gaye, the Four Tops, the Supremes, Stevie Wonder, Mary Wells, the Jackson 5, Rare Earth, because they were a Motown group, believe it or not. Commodores Rick James, DeBarge, Billy Preston, and many, many more. Double LP on 180-gram vinyl, not numbered from Music on Vinyl, but still kind of a very cool find. Lots of great stuff. I did get one copy of this. If need be, we'll try to get more, but we'll see where that goes. But we do have one copy of that in the store. We get this from time to time. It shows up, and it's not a soundtrack. This is AC/DC Marvel collaboration, Iron Man 2. Essentially, this is an AC/DC greatest hits album, which is still cool nonetheless. I've not seen the artwork on the inside, but it's a gatefold, so that's going to have some cool stuff in there. But it's 2 full records of nothing but AC/DC hits and some other newer stuff as well. But lots of cool stuff. I did get one of these. They show up from time to time a little bit thick. It's a $45 record. And then one from the Rhino stuff. I just picked this up so I can play my copy in store here, but a copy of Lou Reed's New York. Great album, a little harsh, but it's still a very, very, very cool album. Okay, John, good morning. Don't save you a copy. I read that wrong. Save you a copy of the Pink Floyd Jazz. Got it. I will send that out to you guys first thing. So we'll get that going to you. Okay, so that being said, I think that's about it. We didn't have a heck of a lot come in. I did put out the vintage vinyl video, had some pretty cool stuff in it. There's still a lot of that left. It's not been a busy couple of days here at the store. So if you're looking for something in particular, let me know. Oh, don't. I got it. Thanks, John. Clarification. We won't save you that Pink Floyd Jazz. Maybe it'll just be a gift. We'll send it out that way. So otherwise, I'm going to be working on some stuff today. We'll get that new release video out a little bit later on this afternoon. I'll get that cut. The dude will be just kind of chilling. He's on the floor here, relaxing in the coolness. But we will be here from now until 6 p.m. this evening. We're at 716 George Street, just north of the downtown Midland area. I really meant to check the activities out and around today. I mean, that big golf tournament, is that still going on today? I think it probably is. It's been going on all week here in town. So things have been busy in town, but lots of stuff, as always, going on in and around the area. So check us out in the Midland area, one of the top 10 record stores. Hey, how about that? But again, come see us. In the meantime, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's over here, and it'll be up at the end of the video eventually. Oh, I did need to make a quick note. We talked before about how Facebook has kind of switched things up again. They're still goofing with it, and hopefully they're working on perfecting this. But I went from seeing hardly any notifications when people like or comment or send me a message to now seeing notifications in two separate places for the store. So it's a little confusing. I'm still trying to get used to it, but Facebook is squirrely from time to time, as you guys all know. If you do get a chance, just send me a message. If I don't answer right away, I'll do my best to get to it, but it's probably because I didn't see that notification straight up. So we're working on it. I'm trying to get used to that. But in the meantime, as I said, hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. That looks like it's going to be our go-to for these videos for the time being. And it's quite frankly just an easier platform video-wise to get stuff out to you guys. Okay, that being said, I'm all done. You guys go off. Have a great, great Saturday. If it includes digging for new and vintage vinyl, stop out and see us. As I mentioned, I'll be here till 6 o'clock with the dude, hanging out all day. We'll be here tomorrow as well, Sunday from 12 noon until 5 p.m. Off on Monday and Tuesday, and then back at her next Wednesday. So again, we will talk to you guys later on. Have a great day, Gary. You too as well. And thank you very much for being here. We'll talk to you guys next time from the Wasteland.